What's up, everybody? Mr. MKL here. I was playing some Fantasy Strike matches the other night, playing the new January 2018 patch. The Argag army was out in full force, and I played this match and I thought it was interesting. I found it kind of emblematic of a lot of Jaina's game plan as well as Argag's game plan, and I thought it was interesting, so maybe we'd take a look at it and see if we can figure out what these two characters want to do. Get right in here. So Argag has these long limbs and has this poison ability, and so he wants to get you poisoned and then keep you away. Jaina, on the other hand, has all of these projectiles so she can control the screen space. So you can see here, I started the very beginning of the match. Argag can control the space right in front of me, so I can't stay right there. I have to back off and get some arrows out. But as soon as I get some arrows out and start controlling space, I slowly inch forward, so I start doing forward jump arrows, just to get that little bit of extra ground, right? And I can use the arrow there to get over top of the poison, so I don't have to suffer that. I'm just controlling space, and I'm building myself more real estate and giving Argag less room to maneuver, right? And so as soon as I get enough real estate, you can see I moved in there because I wanted the space immediately, but he was able to push me out, uses the big fish, gets a throw, gets me right into the corner. Now I have less options, right? I'm forced to make a big read there. Fortunately, I get it, and then boom, get my setup, get the unblockable arrow, and I can start moving forward again. I get clipped, I get clipped with the poison there because I'm rushing in a bit, and then I'm too far forward, so I get hit by his limbs. So for Jaina, it's a balance of trying to find how can I still move forward and gain that real estate while not getting so far into Argag's range that it becomes a liability and I can start getting clipped, because that's what he wants to do. He's not a big combo damage dealer. It's the stray hits and the poison effect where he's going to get his mileage. So I'm being a little bit more aggressive here, and then he can use the big fish to start getting that space back. So I was at 3/4 screens, he can push me back to half screen, and I just work my way in. So once again, back off with the arrows. Let's go back here. Right? I jump back with the arrows so he can hit me, and I can get some space control out, get over top of the poison, and then start moving forward. I'm able to capitalize on those hits, and that's a very quick round right there, right? This is something that it's important for most characters in all fighting games, really, right? Like having that real estate and having that screen space just gives you more options. It gives you more mobility, right? Especially with the increased walk speed in this new patch. It lets Jaina really take advantage of spacing, right? So I'm able to just slowly walk forward, not necessarily having to use, forward A or jumping forward, but I can just start slowly closing that distance and giving myself that little advantage inch by inch. It's really good for Jaina too, because when she gets you into the corner, she has some good mix-up ability. Argag, of course, has the bubble and the counter mechanic therein to dissuade me from doing that, but I still have that option, so that's the ideal, right? You can see at the end of the round here, I'm forced to back off, but he starts trying to stick out his long limbs, but Jaina has all of the arrows, which allows her to control the space at mid-range. So you can see there, yeah, he got the hit. I'll take that trade. I have all this life, and I've got my mid-range arrow coming down, and I'm able to hit his extended hurt box. So you can see here, this is it. He's trying to rush me down to not give me that opportunity to set up my arrows to control that space, but Argag really isn't strongly geared towards that, so he's struggling. He's getting hit by all these stray arrows, taking all this extra damage that he doesn't need to be. So you can see, right? I move forward a little too hard. He clips me with the very fast drill, but still, I've taken all the screen space. I've got him backed into the corner, and now I have the ability to just back off and keep myself extremely safe. Take a look at this again. yeah, I take that damage. Okay, look, back off immediately. Get the arrow, knee forward. So I've got him in there now, and I can control all of this space. I can jump back arrow, stay out of his range, and then just, yeah, get him into the corner. And then Jaina has the ability to get all this extra damage with her corner juggles. So you can see that that's what I was trying to go for with the Dragon Punch, to be able to clip him after that, but I was just a little too far. But at the very end, knee, juggle into arrow, right? Jaina has this, she wants to be able to push you farther into the corner. She's, I suppose, traditionally a keep away character, but you have this ability to rush down and mix up, and she has a pretty strong vortex when she gets in close and she's making you guess. But she needs to be able to limit your movement options in order to really get that started. So slowly inching you forward into the corner with jump forward arrows, and knocking you out of the air and having you bounce back. Then it's just about closing the space. So that's something that'll be interesting looking forward, seeing how this increased movement speed allows Jaina to control that mid-range a little bit better, where slightly slower pokes don't really matter much because she has the increased walk speed. It's a really interesting buff for her, which we'll see how that plays out. Anyways, those are my thoughts on kind of Jaina's game style and Argagarg's game plan and how they kind of interact. And yeah, like I said, it's something that's important for all fighting games generally, the ability to control space. It's why being in the corner is so dangerous. But you can see just Jaina having to play against the long limbs of Argagarg forces her to use her arrows in a very interesting mid-range game, which allows her to slowly inch forward and control the pace of the match that way. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. I'll be back with some more analysis and some more gameplay videos soon, no doubt. So stay tuned for that. Cheers.